The Davis County Mustangs play here on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network. Be sure to catch live online streaming of every Davis County baseball game right here on AttumwaRadio.com. Previous games can be viewed on demand at AttumwaRadioSports.com. Now, let's head down to the field for Mustang baseball. Here's Ellis Kojo.
Welcome to Osceola, home of the Clarke Indians, and it's time for Davis County baseball. Today, the Davis County Mustangs will be taking on the Clarke Indians in a South Central Conference matchup. Great to have you with us on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network. Ellis Kojo along with Corey Finch, our producer. This is the Nutrient Ag Solutions pregame show. Call Bob Lawson and his team today, where results in your field are their first concern. The baseball season has its ebbs and flows as you go through the course of the year, and right now Davis County is on a bit of a downswing. After dropping their opening game to Centerville, they went on a 4-game winning streak and they sat pretty at 4-1. Then they dropped 2 at the Burlington tournament this past Saturday, and then the defending champ Centerville came to Bloomfield and took down Davis County in both games. So the Mustangs are on a 4-game losing streak with a 4-5 record, looking to get back up to the 500 mark, not only in their overall record, but also with their record in the South Central Conference, which stands at 2-3. Coming up next, we'll talk a little bit more about the Mustangs and who they have going to the mound today. One of the better pitchers will be on the mound, and you'll be able to see him and all the action here tonight from Osceola on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Take summer by storm on a new Polaris. Right now, the world's best-selling off-road lineup is priced to move. Get more done with a hardworking Ranger. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or live wide open in a high-performance RZR. Rebates up to $2,000 are available now during the Polaris Summer Sales event.
Slayton Polaris. Stop in and see Tim or Dean today for a great deal on a new Polaris.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back to Osceola. We are getting set for Davis County versus Clarke in the South Central Conference matchup on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network. You're listening to the Nutrient Ag Solutions pregame show. Call Bob Lawson and his team today, where results in your field are their first concern. As I told you right at the top, Davis County comes in with a record of 4-5. They dropped a doubleheader versus Centerville, first game losing 7-5, and then losing the nightcap by the final score of 11-7. Give the Mustangs credit, they didn't fold in either game. They trailed big in both contests, but they stayed with it and were within shouting distance, but just could not get over the top. Centerville led throughout the game. So, counting the Burlington tournament, the last time Davis County had a lead in a game, you'd have to go to the first game of the Burlington tournament where they had a 3-0 lead after 2 innings versus the Greyhounds of Burlington, but then Burlington rallied and ended up defeating Davis County 11-3. We'll be seeing Caleb Wagler on the mound. Last time he was on top of the bump. He threw 5 1/3 innings of one-hit shutout baseball, and he ended up getting the win against Knoxville. And Davis County prevailed by the final score of 2-0. That was last Friday. Now here on Wednesday, he goes back up on the mound again. Coming up next, we'll turn our attention to the Clarke Indians. They're the home team in tonight's matchup. We'll talk about how their season's gone so far on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom applications. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Kendall with Citizens Mutual. It's a busy time of the year, so we want you to save as much time as possible. Whether you need internet, TV, or phone service, we can handle all of them for you. We also have a great selection of TVs ranging from 32 to 65 inch, as well as appliances. Stop in today, and remember, Citizens Mutual is owned and operated by its customers. So when you walk in the door, we don't just treat you like a customer, we treat you like you're the boss, because you are. We're looking forward to seeing you at Citizens Mutual, just off the square in Bloomfield.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Davis County versus Clarke coming up on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network. Great to have you with us. Ellis Kojo along with our producer Corey Finch. You're listening to the Nutrient Ag Solutions pregame show called Bob Lawson and his team today, where results in your field are their first concern. You see Lonnie Smith, he's the head coach of Clarke. He is waiting there at home plate, and making his way to home plate is head coach of Davis County, Todd White. They'll exchange lineup cards, go over the ground rules. Here at the field, right smack dab right next to Clarke High School. You can't get any closer to the high school than what this baseball field is, so it is pretty easy to find. You find Clarke High School, and you found the baseball field. The Clarke Indians check in with a 3-8 mark. They are 2-5 in the South Central Conference, and they won their last game. However, they have dropped 4 out of their last 5. This is a team that can really swing it. They have a batting average of .277 as a team, and they have 5 homers as a squad as well. So it'll be interesting to see how Caleb Wagler can negotiate a pretty powerful Clarke Indians lineup. Clarke does have issues pitching. They have a 4.86 ERA, and we'll see if Davis County can be patient, wait for their pitch, and try to get some runs across. Davis County also trying to brush up on the defensive end. They had 6 errors in that nightcap versus Centerville. That really short-circuited their attempt to try to come back, as I want to say 9 out of the 11 runs scored by Centerville in Game 2 were unearned. So we'll see if Davis County can tighten up on the defensive end. And when we come back, we'll go over to Pulaski Lumber starting lineups. If you're starting a project around the house, make sure and check with Chris and the team first for all your building and hardware needs. Davis County Baseball, right around the corner on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
Hi, I'm Karsten. And I'm Callie. And we are the Neebs Girls. We would like to personally invite you to our parents' new store on the south side of the square in Bloomfield. Stop in and have them make you a custom shirt, hat, banner, sign, or even your school mascot. They stay open late on Thursdays until 7. We hope to see you soon. Neebs Graphics, making you stand out.
Neebs Graphics on the south side of the Bloomfield Square. You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Clarke is coached by head
Welcome
coach
back to
Lonnie
Osceola,
Smith,
and we are just about getting ready to get started for Davis County Baseball versus Clarke on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network. Starting lineups are brought to you by Pulaski Lumber.
Leading off and playing right field,
if you're starting a project around the house, make sure
Bennett.
and check with Chris and the team first for all your building and hardware needs.
And playing shortstop.
Owen Bennett leads things off for Davis County. He'll be in right field. Trevor Slayton is at shortstop batting second. Kate Thorpe, he's back in the lineup. He bats third, and he'll be the designated hitter. Batting cleanup at third base, Noah Smolek. Batting fifth and at second base, Draven DeCry. Clay Collier's in left field batting sixth. Batting seventh and catching is Caden Hill. Logan Hales at first base, batting 8th.
Batting 5th.
And batting 9th in center field is
Number
Garl
2,
Norman.
Draven
So again,
Fry.
for Davis County, Bennett in right, Slayton
Batting
at short,
6th and playing
Thorpe
left
is a
field,
DH,
number 11,
Smolik at third, I
Collier.
should say Noah Smolik at third, DeCry at
Batting
second,
7th
Collier in
and
left,
doing the catching, number
Hill's the
18,
catcher,
Casey
Hale at
Hill.
first, and Norman is in center.
Batting 8th, the first baseman.
Now for the Clarke
number
Indians,
21,
head coach Lonnie
Owen
Smith has them
Bennett.
lined up like this.
And batting 9th,
Peyton
the
Winship
center
leads
fielder,
off.
number
He'll be in
15,
center field.
Garl Norman.
Zethan May is batting second. He's at second base. Connor Deutsch is at shortstop, batting third. Batting fourth, and the DH is Marshall
And now the
Morrison.
starting lineup for your Clarke Indians.
Evan Hagen is batting
Leading
fifth. He's
off,
at third.
The center fielder, number
Casey
2,
Kindred is on the mound pitching, and he bats sixth. Batting seventh
Batting
and catching
second
is Will
and
Smith.
playing second base,
Dalton Stubbe
number
is at
1,
first base. He bats
Ethan
eighth.
May.
And batting ninth and left field
Batting
is
third,
Taylor
the
Henry.
shortstop, number 4, Connor.
So again for
Deutsch.
Clarke, Winship at center, May at
Cleanup for
second,
Clarke
Deutsch
tonight,
at
the
short,
designated hitter,
Morrison
number
DH,
17,
Hagen at third,
Marshall
Kindred is
Morrison.
pitching, Smith is a catcher,
Batting for
Stubbe's
right
at first,
fielder,
and
number
Henry
9,
is
Matthew
in left.
Stickles.
So we'll stick
Batting
here
fifth,
until they
the
finish the
third
starting
baseman,
lineups, and then
number
we'll step
10,
away for the
Evan
national
Hagen.
anthem momentarily.
Batting sixth and doing the
Both
pitching,
teams needing a
number
win today.
15, Casey
A light week for
Kindred.
Davis County, especially considering
Batting seventh
the previous
and
week
doing
and
the
what they have
catching,
coming up
number
next
3,
week, but we'll get into
Will
that as the game
Smith.
moves on. Of course, they had
Batting
the
eighth, the first
doubleheader
baseman,
versus
number
Centerville
18,
on Monday.
Dalton
One game today
Stubbe.
versus Clarke, and then
And
a
batting
doubleheader
ninth,
in
the left
Albia
fielder, number
on
8,
Friday. That will wrap up
Taylor
the Mustangs
Henry.
week. So we'll step away from the national anthem. When we
At
come
this
back,
time,
first
would you please
pitch
stand
between the Mustangs and
remove your
Indians
hats
on the
as we
Atama
honor
Radio Sports
America.
Network.
John at Collision Corner knows that when you get in an accident and need some work done on your vehicle, you want the process to go smooth and easy. That's why Collision Corner is your best choice. John is a preferred body shop, which means he can work directly with your insurance company. He will handle the claim from start to finish. Collision Corner knows you need your car back as soon as possible, and they will also pick it up and deliver it to you for free. When you have an accident, call John and his team at Collision Corner in Bloomfield, and don't forget to like them on Facebook.
Keith's Foods in Bloomfield has been serving the Bloomfield area since 1969 with quality cut steaks, ripe seasonal produce, scrumptious bakery cakes and sweets, fresh dairy products, and of course tasty smoked meats. We also have available hunting licenses, stamps, money orders, and gift cards too. Open till 9 p.m. every day. We pride ourselves in providing small town service in a big way while keeping up with trends and latest items across the country. Yes, Keith's Foods is your hometown grocery store and so much more. Keith's Foods, where we always take your groceries out to your car. Proud supporter of the Davis County Mustangs.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atoma Radio Sports Network.
The national anthem has been played, the lineups have been announced, and it is time for Davis County Baseball, live from Osceola on the Atoma Radio Sports Network. Great to have you with us. Ellis Kojo along with Corey Finch, our producer, and wherever you may be, whether you're eating dinner or just getting back from work, we're delighted to have you with us. It is Casey Kindred who is on the mound, and he will start his warm-up pitches for the Clarke Indians. So Davis County looking to snap a 4-game losing streak and bring their record back up to the 500 mark. That's both overall and in South Central Conference play. Really what I'm looking for is the return of Kate Thorpe. He is back in the lineup after missing the last 8 games. He played the season opener, went 0 for 3, but then had to sit out the next 8 games due to a disciplinary issue. But he is back and batting third, and he was the most dangerous Davis County bat last season. We'll see if he'll have to knock off any rust before he can hopefully get back to form here in 2019. Assistant coach Joel Bruce slowly moseys his way towards the first base box to take his customary position. Clarke wearing the maroon tops with gray pants, and Davis County in the all whites with the maroon batting helmets. The JV game was particularly confusing because both teams had maroon tops. I think Clarke's maroon is just slightly darker than Davis County's maroon, and that's really how I could differentiate between the two. Especially when there were runners on base, you couldn't tell if it was a guy leading off or if it was a guy holding him on. Well, I guess you could look at the glove, but I mean, who wants to do that? I'm just kidding. All right, so Owen Bennett waiting for Casey Kindred to finish his warm-up tosses, and there's the last one. Behind the plate calling balls and strikes is Neil Goose. In the field, the umpire will be John Leinart. So Owen Bennett strides in, batting 154 on the season, and he has 2 runs knocked in. Left-hander versus the right-hander Kindred. He winds and comes home, and the first pitch is outside for ball 1, and we're underway. First pitch is at, let me check my time, 7:53. And the 1-0 is in there for strike 1. 70 degrees at the time of first pitch, but you figure the temperature will be dropping steadily. And the 1-1 pitch is on the outside corner, making the count 1-2 to Owen Bennett. Kindred 0-1 on the season over 1 1/3 innings pitched. But he has Bennett set up at 1-2. He swings and grounds at the third. Hagen scoops it up, throws the first, and that will be the first out of the ball game.
Up next, shortstop, Trevor Slayton.
So that brings up Trevor Slayton, who has really been on fire over the last couple of games. He hit the first homer of any Mustang in the second game of the Centerville doubleheader. It was a line drive down the line that stayed fair. Winship with a long look into his catcher Smith. Beg your pardon, Kindred with a long look into his catcher Smith. Now he comes with the wind, and the first pitch to Slayton is a fastball up high for ball 1. Slayton been 516 on the season. He has that aforementioned home run and also 4 runs knocked in. The 1-0, fastball in there for strike 1. Slayton leads the team in slugging as well, slugging .710. That's ridiculous, in case you're wondering. And the next pitch is a bit low, making the count 2-1. Winship with a long lick into his catcher Smith. Now with the next pitch to Slayton, and it's a swing and a miss, evening the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Henry's in left field, Winship is in center, Stickles is in right. And the 2-2 pitch to Slayton is cut on and missed, and Slayton is down swinging.
Up next, designated hitter number 16, Cade Thorpe.
So Cade Thorpe, as I mentioned moments ago, making his return to the Davis County lineup after missing the last 8 games due to a disciplinary issue. Wagging the bat behind his head as he waits for the first pitch from Kindred. Here it comes. Off-speed pitch, and it's taken for strike 1. Hagen is at third, Deutsch is at short, May is at second, Stubbe's at first with Smith behind the plate. And the 0-1 to Thorpe is in the dirt for ball 1. Thorpe was all-state last year. That's how good of a season he had. He had 8 homers last year. And that got the attention of people statewide. Next pitch is a check swing, no swing, and now the count is 2-1. Thorpe made second team All-State in 2A last year. And without a doubt, he was first team All-South Central Conference as well. Next pitch is a high fastball, and now it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Thorpe has plenty of power, and with bases empty and 2 out, let's see if he cuts loose here. On the 3-1 pitch, here it comes. It's taken low, and Thorpe will go to first.
Third baseman, number 8, Noah Smolik.
So here's Noah Smolik. looking to get things going with 2 outs in the inning. That walk was brought to you by Slayton Polaris. Don't walk from field to field. Call Tim and Dean for the best deal on Polaris Rangers and ATVs. And enjoy a smooth ride to get those chores done. Winship now in the stretch, and the first pitch is on the inside corner to Noah Smolik for strike one. Smolik batting .333 with 8 runs batted in. Thorpe with a short lead at first. He's not much of a running threat there. And now the 0-1 is hit right up the middle, and it bounces off the second base bag, but stepping on the bag is May, the second baseman, to retire the side. So a walk and 1 left for Davis County at the top of the first. We head to the bottom of the first. Davis County nothing. Clarke coming up on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Take summer by storm on a new Polaris. Right now, the world's best-selling off-road lineup is priced to move. Get more done with a hardworking Ranger. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or live wide open in a high-performance Razor. Rebates up to $2,000 are available now during the Polaris Summer Sales Event.
Slayton Polaris. Stop in and see Tim or Dean today for a great deal on a new Polaris.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Nothing across for Davis County in top of the first. Now it's Clarke's turn to bat. Great to have you with us from here in Osceola. And the first inning is brought to you by Dixon's Mattress Outlet. Thinking them first to get a great night's sleep. Call Darren today. Caleb Wagler on top of the mound. He will face Winship, May, and Deutsch to start things off.
Center field, number 2, Peyton Winship.
In case you're wondering, K. Thorpe is the DH, and he is batting for Wagler, the pitcher. So here is Peyton Winship, batting .306 on the season with 2 RBI. Caleb on top of the mound, and here comes the wind and the first pitch from the junior, and it's in the dirt for ball 1. Wagler 1-0 on the season, over a 12 1/3 innings pitch. Has an ERA of 0.57. Here's the 1-0. That's also over but low, 2 balls, no strikes. Wagler leads the team with 21 strikeouts, and he's also walked 12 men. And now the 2-0 pitch is popped up into right field, and Bennett settles under it to make the catch for the first outs.
Up next, second baseman, number 1, Zethan May.
Now here's Zethan May, the second baseman. Batting .233 on the season with 2 RBI. Wagler with the wind and the first pitch to May, and it's taken on the inside corner for strike 1. Good fastball in on the hands from Wagler. Wagler's last appearance was a good one on Friday versus Knoxville. The wind in the 0-1, fastball too high, 1 ball, 1 strike. 5 1/3 innings pitch for Wagler. Just one hit allowed, no runs. He struck out 10. And the 1-1 pitch is a fastball inside, 2 balls, 1 strike. So Wagler leads Davis County not only ERA, but he is allowing just a batting average of 115 to his opponents. And the 2-1 is a fastball outside, making it 3 balls and 1 strike. Connor Deutsch waits on deck for Clarke. And now the 3-1 from Wagler. Took a little bit off, and he got the inside corner for strike 1. Full count to Ethan May, who is a sophomore. The payoff pitch is grounded past the pitcher. Slayton scoops it up, throws to first, and it is an out. Good play by Slayton. 2 outs.
Up next, shortstop, number 4, Connor
That brings
Deutsch.
up Connor Deutsch, the shortstop. The senior checks in with a .438 batting average. He does have a homer on the season and 6 runs batted in. As I told you before, Clarke with 5 home runs on the season, so they can jump ship on you. First pitch is a fastball right down Broadway for strike 1. Deutsch, one of 4 seniors in the Clarke starting lineup. The 0-1 is a curveball, but that's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Davis County went 1-2 versus Clarke last season. And the next one to Deutsch is a high fastball, but he swings and misses. And now the count is 1-2. Wagler has not struck out a man yet, and he's looking for a strikeout, his first strikeout here tonight. And he waves and misses. He strikes out, and now the throw to first is in time to complete the strikeout, and the inning is over. Caleb Wagler sets him down 1-2-3. We head to the top of the second. We're scoreless in Osceola on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers, call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Kendall with Citizens Mutual. It's a busy time of the year, so we want you to save as much time as possible. Whether you need internet, TV, or phone service, we can handle all of them for you. We also have a great selection of TVs ranging from 32 to 65 inch, as well as appliances. Stop in today, and remember, Citizens Mutual is owned and operated by its customers. So when you walk in the door, we don't just treat you like a customer, we treat you like you're the boss, because you are. We're looking forward to seeing you at Citizens Mutual, just off the square in Bloomfield.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Scoreless after 1 as we head to the top of the second. Davis County against Clarke. And great to have you with us on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network. Ellis Kojo along with Corey Finch. And we are bringing Davis County baseball with you all season. Just received word about a day ago that we will be able to broadcast from Bush, and good news, it'll be on video as well. So if you can't make it down to Bush, you can catch the action between Davis County and Fairfield on June the 23rd, live from Bush Stadium's first pitch scheduled for 8 a.m.
Number 2, Draven DeCroix.
So you can have some baseball with your breakfast on Sunday. Draven DeCroix has come close to getting his first homer. He has really hit the ball hard over the course of the season. He does not get cheated at the plate. And the first pitch is swung on. That one's popped up, foul territory. Hagan drifts over and makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out for Casey Kindred.
Next up, left field, number 11, Clay Collier.
That brings up the RBI leader for the Mustangs heading into tonight, Clay Collier. He has 9 runs knocked in. And the first pitch of Collier from Winship is over but low for ball 1. Collier also batting .348 on the season. He'll be in left field today. And the 1-0. A fastball gets chopped over to third, foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tell you how much a difference one person makes. Because Thorpe is in the lineup. Now Collier goes to left. Noah Smolik is at third with Slayton at short. And now Wagler doesn't have to bat for himself because Thorpe can be the DH. And now here comes a 1-1 pitch as a fastball that's cut on and missed. That was up by the letters. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Caden Hill, Davis County's catcher, waits on deck. Base is empty, 1 out. Top of the second in a scoreless game, and the next one is high and outside for ball 2. Kindred with the long pause. Now the wind and the pitch. And he caught him with an off-speed pitch. Strike 3 called, and Collier's retired.
Number 18, Caden Hill.
That's the second strikeout for Kindred. And now Caden Hill will bat with 2 outs and the base is empty. Hill's gotten better with the bat here in 2019 versus last year. 375 is his average. And coming into tonight's game, as a curveball, it stays high for ball 1. Hill's defense really has stuck out as well. And the next pitch to him is low and inside for ball 2. He'll be in the quarterback competition next year as a switch over to football. As with the cry graduating, Hill figures to be in the mix for the quarterback. He lines out softly to short to end the third, and so Davis County goes down in order. We head to the bottom of the second. No score here in Osceola on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Are you installing a new septic system? The man to call is Jody at Geotech Sand and Stone. They have state-certified septic sand, as well as top-quality black dirt, fill sand, and washed gravel for landscaping. They also have large rocks to add to your landscaping. Geotech Sand and Stone has very competitive prices. Stop out and get a load, or have one of their contractors haul it for you. Call Jody today for more information at 799-1235. That's 799-1235. Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road. Attention Southern Iowa, do you need a better night's sleep? Maybe it's time to get a new mattress. Dixon's Mattress Outlet in Bloomfield has the most competitive prices on new mattresses in all different sizes. Darren sells camper mattresses, commercial bedding, rollaways, special order sizes, bed frames, and mattress protectors. Call Darren today and he'll meet you at the warehouse. Dixon's Mattress Outlet, 641-664-3060. That's 664-3060. You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back to Osceola, the home of the Clarke Indians, and Davis County taking on Clarke in a South Central Conference showdown. So far, no score as we play in the bottom of the second. Second innings brought to you by Protruder Orthodontics. Don't give it a second thought. Get a smile that lasts a lifetime today.
Leading off, designated hitter, number
Leading
17,
off is the cleanup hitter for Clarke. It is Marshall Morrison. Caleb Wagler on top of the bump for his second inning of work. And the first pitch to Morrison is a curveball, a bit outside for ball 1. Morrison set down the Indians 1-2-3 in the first inning. And here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss, and now the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Morrison batting .207 on the season. He does have a homer with 3 runs driven in. And the 1-1. Another swing and a miss from Morrison, and Wagler has him set up at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now the next one to Morrison is cut on and missed, and he goes down swinging. That's a second strikeout for Wagler. That was a Keys Foods strikeout. 10, Don't strike out when it comes to supper. Come see Brian and the staff at Keys Foods for some awesome smoked and barbecue meats. The whole family will love it. Don't forget to follow them on Facebook. Evan Hagen bats with the bases empty and 1 out. Wagler's first pitch is cut on and miss. That was an off-speed offering that Hagen was way ahead of. Hagen batting .436 on the season. And the next one is over but low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Hagen also leads the team with the 2 homers and also the 10 runs batted in. The 1-1. A check swing, and he went around. Oh, a fastball tied him up inside, making it count 1-2. Don't know if you can hear the faint buzz of the lights as they start to come on here at Clarke High School, and that's waved at and missed. It's dropped by Hill. They throw to first, and the throw is in time. Nope, they call him safe. Wow. So a strikeout, a pass ball.
Number 15, Casey Kindred.
And Hagen is the first base runner for Clarke. So now Casey Kindred, the pitcher, looks to help his own cause. Runner at first and 1 out. And the pitch from Wagler is fouled away. They cleared the parking lot here at Osceola. Usually they keep the parking lot open behind us, right behind the home plate here at the high school. But either doing construction or they're just roping it off to keep wayward softballs and baseballs from hitting any cars. That pitches outside for ball 1. I have to give a nod. Last time I was here, an unknown gentleman from Davis County dove and saved the company van from being hit with a baseball. Made a diving stop. Not all heroes wear capes. Just remember that. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Casey Kindred. And a throw to first and back safely is Hagen. So with the company van tucked safely away, unless somebody really grabs a hold of one and hits it way foul behind us. Wagler has Kindred at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the next one to him is a fastball that gets inside. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kindred batting .258 on the year. 1 homer with 5 runs driven in. So that is 4 straight Clarke batters that have hit a homer this season. So they have power in the middle of their lineup. And the next one to Kindred is hit on a line to left. That drops for a base hit. Collier grabs it and gets it back in. So Morrison just goes to make that. Hagen just goes to second. And that's the first hit of the game.
Catcher number 3, Will Smith.
Will Smith is the catcher. He checks in with a batting average of 286. When he was a freshman, he was also in the lineup, and his walk-up music was the theme song to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I wonder if he changed it. He decided not to. And why would you if your name is Will Smith? First pitch is outside for ball 1. Sun setting rapidly here at Osceola. And once it does, I think the temperature is going to drop drastically here at the baseball field. The 1-0 is a fastball too high, 2 balls, no strikes. Runners at first and second with 1 out in the inning. Scoreless in the bottom of the second. And the pitch. Fastball at the feet of Smith. And a throw to third, and he is safe. Oh, goodness. Whew. So a wild pitch. As Hagen advances to third, Kindred to second. I think it'd be safe to say the Davis County faithful didn't like that call. So now Clarke has a chance to score the first run of the game. Middle infield plays back, so they'll concede the run to get it out. And it is a fastball that Will Smith says, really, that's a strike? Yes, it is. And now the next one to Smith. Wagler kicks and deals. On the inside corner, strike 2. Wagler could really use another strikeout here. And now the pitch to Smith. Chopped at the plate, foul. And we'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Smith. Wagler takes a deep breath. And he comes home with a break-even pitch to Smith. It's chopped foul to the first base side. So Smith staying alive. And the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wagler trying to get out of runners at second and third. 1-out jam. Next one to Smith is a fastball at his feet that hit him in the foot, actually, and now the bases are loaded.
Up next, first baseman, number 18, Dalton Stubbe.
Now here is Dalton Stubbe, the 8th place hitter. And head coach Todd White will stride out to talk to his pitcher, Caleb Wagler. So you wonder, will Davis County try to play for 2, or will they bring the infield in and try to cut down the run at home? So while head coach Todd White converses with not only Wagler but his entire infield, we'll let you know that Davis County Baseball is brought to you all season long by Citizens Mutual. Don't forget, you can also watch the Mustang games on CMTV Channel 9. And you can call Dr. Dwayne Petrito at Petrito Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. Call them today to get a smile that will last a lifetime. Conference is over, and Caleb Wagler has the bases loaded. 1 out in the inning, and Dalton Stubbe is the batter. You wonder if Wagler will be in the windup or if he'll pitch from the stretch. Looks like he'll pitch from the stretch. Here's the first pitch to Stubbe. Runner goes. It's a squeeze plate, and it's bunted foul right behind us and out of play. So they tried a suicide squeeze on the first pitch, but it ended up going foul. Interesting call by head coach Lonnie Smith of Clarke. In case you're wondering, middle infield, Davis County playing back, so they'll play for 2. They are pinched in on the corners, though. The 0-1, he goes again. It's bunted to third. The run will score. The throw to first is in time, and it's 1-0. Clarke. Actually, no, they called Stubbe safe.
Up next,
because the first baseman, Hale, stepped on the orange base. And now head coach Todd White comes back out. So there's a lot to unpack here. It's 1-0 Clarke. And Todd White wants to talk to the umpire. And what happened was the throw was in time at first, but Hale was stepping on the orange bag, not the white one. The orange bag is for the runner. The white bag is for the fielder. And apparently, according to the umpire, Hale was stepping on the orange bag when he received that throw. Now they call Stubbe out. So Stubbe is out, but it is a sacrifice and an RBI. Runners now at second and third. Now 2 outs in the inning, and Taylor Henry bats. And the first pitch to him is a fastball over but low for ball 1. So a couple calls not going the way of Davis County. A run is in for Clarke. They lead it 1-0. Another 1-0. Strike on the inside corner. Even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. And here's the next one from Wagler. Swing and a miss. And Wagler's a strike away from minimizing the damage here in inning number 2. Wagler brings home the 1-2 pitch. It's hit in the air, left field. Settling under it is Collier, and he makes the catch to retire the side. But Clarke does score a run on a hit. No errors with 2 men left. And as we head to the third, it's Clarke 1, Davis County 0 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
This is Milo Wells, your pharmacist at Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. When you need prescriptions, stop in and see me. If you aren't a current customer, we will help you fill out a new patient form, which takes less than 5 minutes. We have a lot of over-the-counter items and have vaccines. We are here 6 days a week and offer free delivery in Bloomfield and surrounding areas. I pride myself on professionalism and small-town customer service, and our pharmacy reflects those values. Stop in and see us at Wells Hometown Drug next to CarQuest in Bloomfield.
This is Sherry Lawson. Hey, all you Davis County Mustang fans, the agents at Northside Insurance are just like you. We support the Mustangs too. We are proud to live in Bloomfield, where we help families like yours with auto, home, business, farm, life, and retirement. Get the professional coaching you need to win at life. Give us a call at Northside Insurance in Bloomfield and Centerville today at 664-2362. Go Mustangs! Nationwide is on your side. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio.
Go Mustangs!
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
The third inning is brought to you by Geotech. Call Jody for all your top quality black dirt, fill sand, and wash gravel needs. A suicide squeeze has Clarke ahead 1-0 here in inning number 3. It will be Hale, Norman, and then back to the top of the Owen Bennett for the Mustangs, who have not had a hit yet against Casey Kindred.
Logan Hale.
So Logan Hale, with a 136 average and 3 runs batted in, gets set for the first pitch from Kindred. Fastball outside, ball 1. Kindred came into this game with an ERA of 10.50. But with those 2 scoreless innings, you figure that will drop drastically. The 1-0 is cut on and missed by Hale. 1 ball, 1 strike. Coming into today's game, opponents are batting .333 versus Kindred. But as I mentioned, Davis County does not have a hit yet versus the right-hander. Swing and a miss. Garl Norman waits on deck for the Mustangs. They trail 1-0 here in the top of the 3rd. Another 1-2 pitch. Fastball outside. Evening the count at 2-2. And the next one to Hale. Foul tip, but it wasn't quite held on by the catcher Smith. So Hale stays alive. And now the next one from Kindred. And it's cut on and missed for strike 3. So Hill goes down swinging. And that'll bring up Garl Norman, the center fielder.
Center field, number 15, Garl Norman.
Sun sinking fast over to our right. You can feel the chill in the air already. And the first pitch from Kindred to Norman is a swing and a miss. Norman with a .240 batting average. And the 0-1, swing and a miss. Coming up next will be the back to the top of the order and Owen Bennett. And the pitch to Norman is a fastball high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Davis County 4-5 on a 4-game losing streak, looking to snap it tonight here in Osceola. The 1-2, swing and a miss. 2 straight strikeouts for Davis County. That is now 4 in the game for Kindred. We'll go back to the top of the order and Owen Bennett.
Right fielder, number 12, Owen Bennett.
Bennett bounced out to third, his first time up to lead off the ball game. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors for Clarke. 0-0-0 for Davis County. First pitch is over but low, ball 1. Bennett was 2 for 3 in game 1 of the doubleheader versus Centerville. And the 1-0 is on the outside corner for strike 1. And the next one to Bennett. Outside. So 2 for 3 in the first game versus Centerville. And then he went hitless in game 2. Looking to keep the good vibes going, and that pitch is inside. Make it 3 balls and 1 strike. Bennett looking for a walk or a hit, and he will pop that up foul, and that will just get out of play over to the left side. That fills the count at 3-2. Keep in mind, this is the middle of June. I have a hoodie on, and there are people that have a jacket and not only a blanket covered over them. You would think it's February instead of June. The payoff pitch to Bennett is taken high for ball 4. So the second walk.
Up next,
By Kindred.
Number 9, Trevor Slayton.
Walks are brought to you by Slayton Polaris. Don't walk from field to field. Call Tim and Dean for the best deal on Polaris Rangers and ATVs. And enjoy a smooth ride on the Polaris to get those chores done. So Trevor Slayton struck out swinging his first time up. Now he has a runner at first with 2 outs in the inning. Davis County trails 1-0. The pitch. Outside corner, strike 1. Kindred so far looks pretty tough as Davis County tries to solve him here at the top of the third. The pitch is popped up. It's quickly 0-2. So now Slayton's trying to battle with a high sock look. No batting gloves for the shortstop. Runner goes, pitch is cut on and miss. It's dropped by the catcher, so they'll throw to first. And they complete the putout, and that will do it for Davis County. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Clarke 1, Davis County 0 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Take summer by storm on a new Polaris. Right now, the world's best-selling off-road lineup is priced to move. Get more done with a hardworking Ranger. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or live wide open in a high-performance RZR. Rebates up to $2,000 are available now during the Polaris Summer Sales Event.
Slayton Polaris. Stop in and see Tim or Dean today for a great deal on a new Polaris.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Winship will lead things off for Clarke here in the bottom of the third. 1-0 Clarke as we play here in the home half of inning number 3. Winship flew out to right his first time up. Wagler allowing the 1 run on a hit thus far. Here's the wind, the first pitch to Winship. He drops the bunt and he fouls it back to the backstop. Clarke wearing their maroon tops with gray pants. Davis County wearing all white, white tops, white pants. The 0-1. Popped up. This one's going to stay in play. Hale drifts over into foul territory and lunges to make the catch. That Wynn played some tricks with that pop fly, but Hale stayed with it for the first out.
Up next, second baseman, number 1, Zethan May.
And now Zethan May climbs in. He grounded out to short his first time up. Wagler winds and deals. Fouled away. As I tell you during every Wagler start, you have to take a look at the base on balls, and so far, no walks. I just hope I didn't just jinx them. The 0-1, fastball, and that's off the plate inside for ball 1, making the count 1 ball, 1 strike. I'm laughing because we'll wait after this next pitch. And it's a fastball at the belt, but Wagler doesn't get the call, and it's 2-1. Actually, the guys over at Davis County, the Mustangs, they invited me for a game of 2-ball before the game. The 2-1 pitch is over but low, making the ball 3 balls, 1 strike. I had no idea what 2-ball was, so they had to explain it to me. What it is that each player, you stand in a circle, and you hold 2 balls. You throw it to somebody, and have to catch both balls. The pitch is grounded to third, and under the glove of Noah Smolek, and into left field. So Ethan May will reach on the air.
Up next, shortstop, number 4, Connor Deutsch.
So now Connor Deutsch is the batter with the runner at first and 1 out. So just to wrap up the 2-ball game, each player, stands in a circle, and basically you have 4 strikes against you. If you drop a ball, that's a strike. If you drop both, that's 2 strikes. And I just didn't want to be the first guy out, which I wasn't. The pitch is fouled at the plate. Actually, I got a piece of Deutsch, making it 0-1. But I'm laughing because Wagler, I guess, is well known as being one of the better 2-ball players for the Mustangs. And really, he is lightning quick with his hands. I tried to throw it to him about 2 or 3 times, and he caught both balls each time. Game's a lot harder than it looks, that's for sure.
Nice shot, kid. Nice shot.
Wagler's next pitch was a bit outside, I guess, and now the count is 1-1. And a 1-1, runner goes, pitches a ball. The throw to second is not in time. That bounces to center, but Norman backs it up. So it's a stolen base for Ethan May. Two balls, 1 strike to Ethan May. Beg your pardon, to Connor Deutsch. And the pitch, fouled away. Wagler so far tonight has 2 strikeouts. Make that 3. And he could use a K here to keep that runner at third. Make that second, and the pitch. Chopped in front of the plate. Hill jumps on it and throws the first in time for the out. Taking third on the play is May, 2 outs.
Up next, designated hitter number 17, Marshall Morrison.
Now Marshall Morrison is up. He struck out swinging his first time up. 1-0 Clarke with a runner at third, 2 outs in the third. It's a wild pitch, gives to the backstop, and Clarke scores their second run of the game to make it 2-0. So May scores on the wild pitch. So now the bases are empty. And now Wagler will go to the windup. And the 1-0 to Morrison is foul tipped into the glove of Hill. 1 ball, 1 strike. A suicide squeeze scored the first run for Clarke, and now a wild pitch provides the second run for the Indians. The 1-1 pitch is cut on and missed, and the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wagler a strike away from getting out of the inning, and a curveball is a bit high, and Wagler bends at the waist. I don't know if he wanted that strike or if he just was bending at the waist to bend at the waist. And the 2-strike pitch is cut on and missed, and Wagler finally gets Morrison to end the inning. But Clarke pushes across an unearned run, and after 3, it's Clarke 2, Davis County nothing on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers, call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Kendall with Citizens Mutual. It's a busy time of the year, so we want you to save as much time as possible. Whether you need internet, TV, or phone service, we can handle all of them for you. We also have a great selection of TVs ranging from 32 to 65 inch, as well as appliances. Stop in today, and remember, Citizens Mutual is owned and operated by its customers. So when you walk in the door, we don't just treat you like a customer, we treat you like you're the boss, because you are. We're looking forward to seeing you at Citizens Mutual, just off the square in Bloomfield.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Clarke 2, Davis County nothing as we play in the top of the fourth. Davis County still looking for their first hit of the night as Casey Kindred has allowed just 2 walks, and that is it. And Kindred has also struck out 5 through three innings. So K. Thorpe looking to get things started for the Mustangs. He walked his first time up back into first. The first pitch to Thorpe is fouled back. Thorpe 0 for 3 coming into the game. He went 0 for 3 in the season opener versus Centerville. This is his second game of the year. The 0-1 is taken for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Good looking sunset, as you can see here at Osceola. And the 1-1 pitch is hit high into right field, and going back and getting under it is Stickles. 1 out. Thorpe just got under that one. And now the batter is Noah Smolik.
Third baseman, number 8, Noah Smolik.
Smolik's error at the bottom of the third led to the second Clarke run. Looking to make amends with the bat here in the top of the fourth. Base is empty, 1 out. Kindred's first pitch to Smolik is off his, that's like off his ribs. And he gets on the hard way. He'll be base runner number 3 for the Mustangs.
Second baseman, number 2, Draven DeCry.
So not the way you envisioned a Mustang reaching base, but Smolik is aboard with 1 out. Now Draven DeCry. That bounces at the plate. Smolik heads to second, and he'll get in safely on the wild pitch. Smith did a good job keeping it in front of him, but it bounced just far away enough for him for Noah Smolik to take second base. So now a runner in scoring position, and Draven DeCry can cut the deficit in half with a hit here. The 1-0. It's a fastball high, 2 balls, no strikes. DeCry popped out in foul territory to the third baseman, Hagan, his first time up. The 2-0 is driven out to the left, and that is going to get foul. That had home run distance, but it was foul. I heard somebody on the field, I don't know if it was the catcher or the home plate umpire, said that was just a long strike, which is true. You could hold your breath and say, oh my gosh, what did I just throw? Or you could just say, hey, that's just strike 1. And now the 2-1 pitch to DeCry. Popped up. That's going to get out of play behind us. Ooh, that went off a railing. Got to watch the ricochet there. And now the count is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. You wonder how far head coach Lonnie Smith wants to go with Kindred. This will be pitch number 50 for him, my unofficial count. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He reached for one off the plate, and he is out number 2. So the crowd goes down swinging.
Next up, left fielder, number 11, Clay
And now
Collier.
it's up to Clay Collier, who leads Davis County in RBI to try to get the Mustangs on the board here in the top of the 4th. Smalley takes his lead from second, and the pitch to Collier is cut on and missed. Davis County was 1 for 2 versus Clarke last year. They won in Bloomfield, but they dropped the doubleheader here in Osceola back in 2018, and there is strike number 2 on the outside corner. And now it's nothing in 2 to Collier. Collier swings and misses for strike 3, and the inning is over. So a runner gets stranded at second for the Mustangs. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Clarke 2, Davis County nothing on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's more than an education. It's more than a degree. William Penn University is alive with opportunity. Opportunity in a diverse student body. Opportunity in a staff that works with your budget. Opportunity in over 30 programs of study. Opportunity in a classroom where your voice is heard. Find your future and the opportunities waiting for you. Start your planning today at wmpenn.edu and see why William Penn University is alive with opportunity.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free, no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
4th inning is brought to you by Wells Hometown Drug. Stop in and see Milo and his team today, and don't forget they offer free delivery to Bloomfield and the surrounding areas. Davis County trails 2-0. Caleb Wagler back on top of the bump, looking to keep Clarke off the board and keep his Mustangs in this game, hoping that his bats come around.
Number 10, Evan Hagen.
Davis County without a hit in their first 4 at-bats. Evan Hagen's the leadoff hitter for Clarke, and he looks at ball 1. Wagler with 4 strikeouts on the day. And now the 0-1. Fastball right down central. 1 ball, 1 strike. Clarke scored their first run in the 2nd on a suicide squeeze by Dalton Stubbe, with Hagen, the man at the plate, running to the plate. And that pitch is outside, making the count 2-1. And then Clarke pushed across the 2nd run on a wild pitch after Zethan May reached on an error. There's a swing and a miss by Hagen. And the count is 1-2. Hagen struck out his first time, but reached on a pass ball. And the pitch. Cut on and miss. It's dropped by Hill. They'll throw to first, and that time it's taken in by Hale for out number 1. So now that is 6 strikeouts
Up next,
for Caleb Wagler.
pitcher number 15, Casey Kindred.
Casey Kindred strides in, and just let you know, strikeouts are brought to you by Keys Foods. Don't strike out when it comes to supper. Come see Brian and staff at Keys Foods for some awesome smoked and barbecue meats as that's grounded foul. The whole family will love it. Don't forget to follow them on Facebook. Kindred has the only hit of the day. It was a single back in the 2nd. As this has been a well-pitched game on both sides. However, Clarke has a 2-0 lead. The 0-1. Curveball is on the inside corner. And now it's 0-2. Wagler winds and deals. Slapped to first. Hale gobbles it up and steps on the bag. 2 outs. Can't help but chuckle every time Will Smith comes up.
Number 3, Will Smith.
Will Smith got hit by a pitch his first time up. That extended the inning to Dalton Stubbe. Actually, that loaded the bases so Clarke could execute their suicide squeeze. Smith looks at ball 1 from Caleb Wagler. Wagler's been sharp. However, the 2 runs against him have him down 2-0. There's a strike, making it 1-1. Both runs are unearned, so his ERA, his microscopic ERA, is probably dropping as we speak. He came into the game with a 0.57 earned run average. And now the 0-2 is popped up. Right side of the infield, Hale calls for it, and the first baseman makes the catch to retire the side. Clarke goes down in order, going to the top of the 5th. Davis County needs to get the bats going. They trail 2-0 on the Untitled Radio Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Karsten. And I'm Callie. And we are the Neebs Girls. We would like to personally invite you to our parents' new store on the south side of the square in Bloomfield. Stop in and have them make you a custom shirt, hat, banner, sign, or even your school mascot. They stay open late on Thursdays until 7. We hope to see you soon. Neebs Graphics, making you stand out.
Neebs Graphics on the south side of the Bloomfield Square.
John at Collision Corner knows that when you get in an accident and need some work done on your vehicle, you want the process to go smooth and easy. That's why Collision Corner is your best choice. John is a preferred body shop, which means he can work directly with your insurance company. He will handle the claim from start to finish. Collision Corner knows you need your car back as soon as possible, and they will also pick it up and deliver it to you for free. When you have an accident, call John and his team at Collision Corner in Bloomfield. And don't forget to like them on Facebook.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Clarke 2, Davis County nothing. Here in the top of the 5th, a fast-moving game here in Osceola. First pitch was at 7:53, and the sky is still illuminated. As we have really rolled through this one, Davis County looking for their first hit of the game. And they'll set up the bottom of the order. Hill, Hale, and Norman, 7, 8, and 9. Kindred has been tough on the Mustang bats so far this evening. No hits allowed. 4, make that 3 base runners allowed. He's walked 2, and he also hit a batter. Caden Hill will look to get things started for the Mustangs here in the top of the 5th. And the first pitch from Kindred is cut on and missed on a high fastball. Hill lined out softly to short his first time up. And the 0-1 is taken for ball 1. Head coach Todd White saying from third base, we need a runner. And Caden Hill slaps it to the second. May stays down on it and throws to first, and Hill is retired. That brings up Logan Hale, the first baseman.
Up next, first baseman, number 21, Logan Hale.
Hale struck out swinging his first time up to lead off the top of the 3rd. Hill thought about offering at the high fastball, thought better of it, ball 1. Kindred with the wind and the 1-0. That he couldn't stay off that high fastball, and he swings through it, making it 1-1. Base is empty, 1 out, and a 1-1 pitch. Another high fastball that is swung through. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kindred so far has 5 strikeouts, make that 6 strikeouts, and that is high and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kindred's next offering is swung on and missed. Strike 3. 2 outs in the inning, and now here's Garl Norman.
Up next, center field, number 15, Garl Norman.
I don't mean to shortchange Kindred. He now has 8 strikeouts on the day. Norman pops the first pitch up. It's playable on the infield. Stubbe drifts under it and makes the catch. Davis County goes down quietly in the top of the 5th. It's 2-0 Clarke on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Take summer by storm on a new Polaris. Right now, the world's best-selling off-road lineup is priced to move. Get more done with a hardworking Ranger. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or live wide open in a high-performance RZR. Rebates up to $2,000 are available now during the Polaris Summer Sales Event.
Slayton Polaris. Stop in and see Tim or Dean today for a great deal on a new Polaris.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Davis County trails 2-0 as we play in the bottom of the 5th. 8-9-1 do it for the Indians of Clarke.
Next, first baseman, number 18,
Dalton Stubbe.
Dalton Stubbe.
He drove in the first run with a well-executed bunt on a suicide squeeze back in the 2nd inning. Cale Wagler has allowed 200 runs, and that is the difference in the ball game. And the first pitch of the bottom of the 5th is swung on and grounded to short. Slayton gets a good hop, throws a first, and Logan Hale stays on the plate and stays on the bag, and it's 1 out. Good play by Hale on the stretch as Slayton went deep into the hole to throw him out.
Up next, left field, number 8, Taylor Henry.
So Taylor Henry is up. And speaking of Wagler, unofficially I have him at 51 pitches, so a very efficient outing thus far for Wagler. Henry bunts, straight to Wagler. He straightens up, throws a first, 2 outs. Back to the top of the order and Peyton Winship.
Up next, center field, number 2, Peyton Winship.
And all you're thinking if you're a Mustang fan is just keep them at 2, Caleb, and we'll see if we can do anything with the bats. Curveball, strike 1, and a beauty from Wagler. The 0-1. He held on to that one a bit too long, and that bounced to the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 is a fastball on the inside corner, 1-2. Wagler now has Winship set up with 2 strikes. He has 5 strikeouts on the night. Make it 6. Hill will have to throw to first, which he does, and the inning is over. Wagler has retired 8 in a row. Going to the top of the 6th. Davis County running out of outs. They trail 2-0 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom applications. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Kendall with Citizens Mutual. It's a busy time of the year, so we want you to save as much time as possible. Whether you need internet, TV, or phone service, we can handle all of them for you. We also have a great selection of TVs ranging from 32 to 65 inch, as well as appliances. Stop in today, and remember, Citizens Mutual is owned and operated by its customers. So when you walk in the door, we don't just treat you like a customer, we treat you like you're the boss, because you are. We're looking forward to seeing you at Citizens Mutual, just off the square in Bloomfield.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Top of the order duo for Davis County, and they got some work ahead of them.
Right fielder, number 12, Owen
They trail
Bennett.
Clarke 2-0. They still have not had a hit today, as Casey Kindred has left their bats befuddled through 5. Owen Bennett looked to do something about that as the left-hander settles in. Swing and a miss by Bennett. And it's quickly 0-1. Kindred really has kept things simple. 0-1 pitch is fouled away. No balls and 2 strikes now. Old adage is it's kind of like a riddle. What's the best pitch in baseball? And really, the best pitch of baseball is strike 1. And that's what Kindred's been doing all night versus Davis County. Over but low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bennett, Slayton, and then Kate Thorpe for the Mustangs here in the top of the 6th. The pitch, hit in the air, shallow left center field, drifting over is Henry to make the catch. And a left fielder secures it for out number 1.
Up next, shortstop, number 9, Trevor Slayton.
And now Trevor Slayton. He has struck out twice so far today. Bases empty, 1 out. And the pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Another first pitch strike from Kindred. The 0-1, swing and a miss. This is the first of 3 games versus Clarke for Davis County. They'll see Clarke in less than a week back in Bloomfield for a doubleheader next Monday. That's slapped to the right field side, but it's foul. That would have been trouble if it landed fair, as Stickles was playing closer to the right center gap. So with the foul ball, it remains 0-2 to Slayton. And here's the next one from Kindred. In the dirt, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Slayton looking just to get on base and get something started for Davis County here in the top of the 6th. The 1-2 pitch, again in the dirt. 2-2. Conditions are pretty favorable for the pitchers. It's not very hot, not very humid. Game time temperature was 70, but it does not feel like 70 now. I'd venture to say it is probably in the mid to low 60s now. Here's a 2-2 to Slayton. Popped up, foul territory. Stickles, the right fielder, gives it a look, and it drops just short of the fence. And the count remains at 2-2. So Slayton battling Kindred. He's getting set to look at pitch number 6 of the at-bat. Here it comes. Chopped up the middle. And it takes a hop over Deutsch and into left field for a base hit, and that is the first hit for Davis County. The baseball gods smiling kindly upon the Mustangs as that looked like a routine grounder to Deutsch, and then it took a monster of a hop above the shortstop. And now Cade Thorpe represents a tying run. First pitch to Thorpe is a fastball high for ball one. Thorpe is 0 for 1. He walked in the first and flew out in the fourth. The 1-0. Fastball high, ball two. Kindred has rarely had to pitch from the stretch. That's just the fourth base runner for Davis County here in the top of the sixth. The 2-0. Over but low, 3-0. We will see if head coach Todd White gives Cade Thorpe his best slugger from last season, the green light here at 3-0. 2-0 Clarke. Thorpe represents a tying run, runner at first with one out. The 3-0 pitch is taken low for ball four, and now Davis County has something going here in the top of the sixth.
Up next, third base, number 8, Noah Smolik.
Noah Smolik is the collision corner cleanup hitter. If you need to clean up your vehicle, take it to John and his team for a complete detail. Lonnie Smith, the head coach of Clarke, comes out to talk to Kindred, who, for all intents and purposes, cruised through the first 5 innings, striking out 8 in his outing thus far. This is the first time Davis County has gotten on multiple runners on base against Kindred in this game. And now Smolik will look to do something about that. Maybe driving one, perhaps 2 of them in. Tying runs are on base for Davis County. 1 out here in the top of the sixth. Conference on the mound is over, and here is Noah Smolik, who is make that 0 for 1. He grounded into the fielder's choice in the first and was hit by a pitch in the fourth. Smolik looks at ball one. So it was strike one from Kindred heading into inning number 6. He is now falling behind hitters. The 1-0, outside, ball 2. So now with the count in his favor at 2-0, Smolik can be selective and look for something that he likes. The 2-0, that stays inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Draven to Cry waits on deck for Davis County. Smolik takes all the way, ball 4. He gets away from the catcher Smith, but the runners will just go station to station to load the bases. Second walk of the inning for Kindred. Here comes head coach Lonnie Smith, and we will see a different pitcher that will take the mound versus Draven to Cry. So Kindred was marvelous through 5, but he ran into trouble here in inning number 6. So we'll wait to see who takes the mound for Clarke. Actually, we'll see if if he hands the ball over. And he does, so we will see a new pitcher when we come back. We'll take a break for a pitching change. Davis County with the bases loaded, 1 out. So some high drama here in Osceola on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Keith's Foods in Bloomfield has been serving the Bloomfield area since 1969 with quality cut steaks, ripe seasonal produce, scrumptious bakery cakes and sweets, fresh dairy products, and of course, tasty smoked meats. We also have available hunting licenses, stamps, money orders, and gift cards too. Open till 9 p.m. every day. We pride ourselves in providing small town service in a big way while keeping up with trends and latest items across the country. Yes, Keith's Foods is your hometown grocery store and so much more. Keith's Foods, where we always take your groceries out to your car. Proud supporter of the Davis County Mustangs.
Are you installing a new septic system? The man to call is Jody at Geotech Sand and Stone. They have state-certified septic sand, as well as top-quality black dirt, fill sand, and washed gravel for landscaping. They also have large rocks to add to your landscaping. Geotech Sand and Stone has very competitive prices. Stop out and get a load, or have one of their contractors haul it for you. Call Jody today for more information at 799-1235. That's 799-1235. Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road. You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Draven DeCry strides in with the bases loaded and 1 out. Facing the new Clarke hurler. And the first pitch is a pitch that gets away from the catcher Smith, and in comes Slayton with the first Davis County run to make it 1-0 on the wild pitch. So Davis County finally breaks through here in the top of the 6th, and they cut the lead in half. By the way, Zethan May is the new pitcher. Timeout called. Thorpe advances to third on the play, and Smolik is at second now. Out, make that the infield now in, and the pass and the pitch is high from May, making it now 2-0. So DeCry can drive in 2 and give Davis County a lead with a hit here. The pitch, fastball outside, 3-0. Zethan May has not thrown a strike yet. And a 3-0 is taken for a strike. DeCry was taken all the way. And now it's 3-1. Here comes the next one to DeCry. A chopper to third, and it's a foul ball. Hagan charged and tried to get it on the short hop, but he grabbed it in foul territory. Now the count is full at 3-2. Runners at second and third, 1 out in the inning. Davis County now trails by just 1. And the pitch. High, ball 4, and the bases are loaded once again. Now timeout called by Lonnie Smith, the head coach of Clarke.
Collier.
Looks like we're going to have another pitching change, as Lonnie Smith is not messing around. After 1 batter, Zethan May is done. Looks like it will be Taylor Henry coming in from left field to be the new pitcher. We'll take a break for the pitching change and come back and tell you about the changes for Clarke. Davis County with the bases loaded, 1 out, trailing just 2-1 on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Attention Southern Iowa, do you need a better night's sleep? Maybe it's time to get a new mattress. Dixon's Mattress Outlet in Bloomfield has the most competitive prices on new mattresses in all different sizes. Darren sells camper mattresses, commercial bedding, rollaways, special order sizes, bed frames, and mattress protectors. Call Darren today and he'll meet you at the warehouse. Dixon's Mattress Outlet, 641-664-3060. That's 664-3060.
Sometimes life can get a little busy and plans can change. That doesn't mean you have to put your future on hold. With William Penn University's online and evening classes, you can further your education on your schedule. Choose online, in classroom, or blended with locations in Oskaloosa and Johnston. Start your planning today at wmpenn.edu. Classes start throughout the year. Continue your education on your terms, on your turf, with William Penn University.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Taylor Henry is the new pitcher for Clarke. And as far as the Indians moving their furniture, Hagan goes from third to left. May, who was the pitcher for just a batter, goes back to second. And the new first baseman is Casey Kindred. This feels like the game is on the balance right here. Runners at every base, 1 out, and Clarke with a 2-1 lead. A run is already in. Trevor Slayton scored on a wild pitch. Davis County got their first hit of the night thanks to a bad hop single that bounced over the head of the shortstop Connor Deutsch and to left field. And Slayton came around to score after 2 walks to both Thorpe and Smolik. So here's Clay Collier, the number 5 hitter. Umpire's making sure that Hagan was set and left. He is, and now the first pitch to Collier. Fastball on the inside corner for strike 1. Taylor Henry looking to get out of this jam, but Collier can give Davis County the lead with a hit here. Swing and a miss, and now it is 0-2 on Clay Collier. Caden Hill waits on deck. And now the 0-2. Swing and a miss, and it is a 3-pitch strikeout for out number 2. Two down. The Clarke infield that was in now goes back, and here's Caden Hill, who is 0 for 2. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Davis County down by 1. Hill looks at ball 1 outside. Thorpe is at third. Smolik is at second. DeCry is at first. The 1-0. Chop foul to the third base side. Davis County has a run across. Hill looking to keep the inning going. Lined out to center field, and it's caught at center field by Winship. A diving catch by Winship. Oh my goodness. And the inning is over. Winship saves the lead for Clarke as we head to the bottom of the 6th. 2-1 Indians on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Take summer by storm on a new Polaris. Right now, the world's best-selling off-road lineup is priced to move. Get more done with a hardworking Ranger. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or live wide open in a high-performance RZR. Rebates up to $2,000 are available now during the Polaris Summer Sales Event.
Slayton Polaris. Stop in and see Tim or Dean today for a great deal on a new Polaris.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Davis County trails it 2-1. Caden Hill's getting his gear on as his line drive into center field looked like it was going to tie the game or even give Davis County the lead, but a diving catch by Peyton Winship, the center fielder for Clarke, keeps the score at 2-1. That was an all or nothing play. If Winship didn't catch that, that was going to get behind them, and at least 2, maybe 3 runs will score, and it definitely would have given Davis County the lead. But it is 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th, and leading things off will be Zethan May, the second baseman.
Second baseman, number 1, Zethan May.
Wagler had to sit for a while during that very eventful top of the 6th, as he'll look to keep the deficit at 1. And the first pitch is a fastball that bounces to the plate, making it 1-0. Starting off the inning, I had Wagler at 55, so that was pitch number 56 for the junior left-hander. The 1-0 is over but low. 2 balls, no strikes. May grounded out to short his first time up, and he reached on an error back in the third and later came around to score. There's a strike right down Broadway. And now the 2-1 to May. Fouled away. It's been a breeze throughout this game. It was blowing from right to left, but now it is blowing in from right center. That pitch is popped up. Short left field, Slayton calls for it and makes the catch for the first out.
Up next, shortstop, number 4, Connor Deutsch.
Connor Deutsch came into the game leading Clarke in batting average of .438. So far he is 0 for 2. A strikeout and a ground out. First pitch is a fastball inside for ball 1. Wagler now has retired 9 in a row. The 1-0 is cut on and missed by Deutsch, evening the count at 1-1. Marshall Morrison waits on deck for Clarke. And now the pitch, swing and a miss. Wagler, he's been efficient with his pitches, so he hasn't had to depend on the strikeout. He has 6 so far today. Curveball stays outside. Deutsch getting ready for the 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. And that one's down low to fill the count. Wagler is not allowed a walk in this outing thus far. Here's the wind and the payoff pitch. Fouled away at the plate. I think that foul tip got a piece of Hill. Lonnie Smith wants to come in to talk to his batter, Connor Deutsch. Each team has just 1 hit. But Clarke benefiting from a Davis County error in the 3rd inning, and that is the margin right now, that earn run back in the 3rd. The payoff pitch to Deutsch. Swung on and lifted into right field. Speeding over is Bennett, and he makes the sliding catch in fair territory for out 1. Good catch by Bennett. Make that out number 2.
Up next, designated hitter number 17, Marshall Morrison.
So now Marshall Morrison is the batter, and so far Wagler has bedeviled the bat of the Clarke cleanup hitter. Here's the first pitch from Wagler, and it's swung on and fouled that back, and that got a piece of a couple of Indians at the first base dugout. Actually, that hit Will Smith, but I think he proved that it didn't hurt him as he flexed at Marshall. Here comes the 0-1 from Wagler to Morrison. Fastball outside. Morrison struck out twice in the 2nd and the 3rd. And now the 1-1. Curveball over for a strike, and Morrison can't believe the call. That is about as demonstrative as I've seen a batter this season. But the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. He struck him out, but the ball gets to the backstop, and Morrison will reach first on the pass ball. So a strikeout, a pass ball, and the inning stays alive for Ethan Hagan.
Up next, third baseman, number 10, Evan Hagan.
Apologies to Evan Hagan. I called him Ethan just a moment ago, but his first name is Evan Hagan. And we will have a courtesy runner come in for, or will that be a pinch runner over at first? Umpire's going to his lineup card. Two to one Clarke with 2 out in the inning and a runner at first. And we do have a courtesy runner, make that a pinch runner for Morrison over at first as Clarke looks to push in an insurance run before we go to the 7th. Wagler gets Hagan to swing and miss at strike one. On that first pitch, the runner at first dove back to first. He was completely fooled as Wagler came to the plate. The 0-1, fastball high, snap throw to first, and back safely is the courtesy runner. One ball, one strike to Hagan. Wagler's an out away from keeping Clarke off the board here in the 6th, and now he's a strike away after that swing and a miss by Hagan.
Come on, dude, don't let up.
This will be, by my unofficial count, pitch number 71. He struck him out. Clarke is done in the bottom of the 6th. We head to the top of the 7th. Davis County trails 2-1 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Kendall with Citizens Mutual. It's a busy time of the year, so we want you to save as much time as possible. Whether you need internet, TV, or phone service, we can handle all of them for you. We also have a great selection of TVs ranging from 32 to 65 inch, as well as appliances. Stop in today, and remember, Citizens Mutual is owned and operated by its customers. So when you walk in the door, we don't just treat you like a customer, we treat you like you're the boss, because you are. We're looking forward to seeing you at Citizens Mutual, just off the square in Bloomfield.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Last chance for Davis County as we head to the top of the 7th. They trail Clarke by a score of 2-1. Hale, Norman, and Bennett, 8, 9, and 1, due up for the Mustangs as they are looking to snap their 4-game losing streak with a victory tonight, but Casey Kindred was tough against them, Clarke's starter. He gave way to Ethan May, who walked the only batter he faced. And then Henry was able to finish off the inning with a strikeout and then a fly out to center. We say a fly out. It turned out to be a fantastic play by Winship, the center fielder. That diving catch has kept the score at 2-1. A one-run game here in Osceola is nothing new to Davis County. I told you earlier in the game how the Mustangs went 1-2 versus the Indians last season. They won in Bloomfield, and then they played a doubleheader here in Osceola. They lost the first game 4-3, and they dropped game number 2, 5-4. So Taylor Henry looking to close things out. Isaac Kramer is the pinch hitter, batting for Hale, and he looks at strike one. This will be the first at-bat for Isaac Kramer this season, so talk about being thrown in the fire. That's hit well, out to left field, and it's gone! Isaac Kramer has tied the game at 2. First at-bat. A big fly from the senior, and we are tied 2-2. How about that? Whew. So we are tied at 2. Head coach Lonnie Smith comes to the mound. And talk about pushing the right buttons. Todd White goes to his bench, has Kramer bat for Hale, and Kramer jumps ship on the second pitch he sees to knot things up at 2. Henry will have to pick himself up and try to keep this game tied and try to give Clarke a chance in the bottom of the 7th, but Davis County can get gritty and try to get the lead. Here's Gar Norman, the center fielder.
Up next, center field, number 15, Garl Norman.
Norman got hit in the back with the pitch, and he is aboard as the go-ahead run. Didn't mention that Isaac Kramer also missed the first 8 games of the season because of disciplinary reasons.
Number 12, Owen Bennett.
Along with Kate Thorpe. We'll talk about making your presence known in a big way. Pinch run homer by Kramer as a swing and a miss by Bennett. We are tied at 2. That's only the 3rd hit of the game, 2nd hit by the Mustangs. Now the 0-1, a bunt up the third base line, but it trickles foul. Good idea by Bennett, but that ball just got foul, and now the count is 0-2 to Bennett. Henry with the peek to first. The runner goes, pitch is taken for a ball, and the runner is safe at second as Norman has himself a stolen base. Now the go-ahead run is at second, still nobody out in the inning. And now the count is 1-2 to Owen Bennett. The pitch to Bennett. Strike 3 called. Bennett can't believe it, and neither can the Davis County Partisans, but that's the first out.
Up next, shortstop, number 9, Trevor Slayton.
Slayton got the first hit for Davis County back in the 6th. He came around to score on a wild pitch. He's 1 for 3. Runner at second, 1 out. Tied at 2 here in the 7th. Popped up. Short left center field, drifting back is Deutsch to shortstop to make the catch. And now Kay Thorpe strides to the plate.
Up next, designated hitter number 16, Cade Thorpe.
Now Thorpe can give the Mustangs the lead with a single. Now 2 outs in the inning. Norman takes his lead from second. First pitch to Thorpe is a foul tip at the plate. No balls, 1 strike. Davis County tied this game here in the top of the 7th. The 0-1 is a fastball high. 1 ball, 1 strike. A leadoff pinch hit solo homer by Isaac Kramer has us knotted up at 2. The next one to Thorpe is fouled away. So now Thorpe down 1 ball, 2 strikes. Waits for the next one from Taylor Henry. And the pitch in the dirt. Thorpe settles back in. Norman takes his lead from second. And now the 2-2. Fastball high. Noah Smolek waits on deck for the Mustangs. And the next one to Thorpe is hit in the air behind the plate. That's going to stay in play for the catcher, Smith. But the pitcher calls him off, and Henry makes the catch to retire the side. But thanks to a pinch hit homer by Isaac Kramer, we are tied at 2 here in Osceola. We head to the bottom of the 7th on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free, no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
Hi, I'm Karsten. And I'm Callie. And we are the Neebs Girls. We would like to personally invite you to our parents' new store on the south side of the square in Bloomfield. Stop in and have them make you a custom shirt, hat, banner, sign, or even your school mascot. They stay open late on Thursdays until 7. We hope to see you soon. Neebs Graphics, making you stand out.
Neebs Graphics on the south side of the Bloomfield Square. You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back to Osceola, where Davis County tied it up in the top of the inning of the 7th on a pinch hit. Solo homer by Isaac Kramer. His first at-bat of the season goes over the left field wall. But now Clarke can walk it off here in the bottom of the 7th.
Number 15, Casey Kindred.
So now Wagler will be tasked with holding Clarke off the scoreboard, and Wagler fires in a strike. And you say, thank goodness Wagler's kept his pitch count efficient as he starts his 7th inning of work. 0-1's fouled away, no balls, 2 strikes. Two runs, a hit, no errors for Clarke. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Davis County. The 0-2. Curveball is chopped up the middle to Slayton at short. He throws the first, and he fires a strike to his first baseman, Hale, for the first out.
Up next, catcher number 3, Will Smith.
Will Smith, the catcher, is the batter. He is 0 for 1. He got hit by a pitch in the 2nd and then popped out to the first baseman, Hale, in the 4th. First pitch is low and inside, ball 1. Wagler with the 1-0. And it hit him in the back of the leg. So the winning run is on base for Clarke.
Up next, first baseman number 18, Dalton Stubbe.
That brings up Dalton Stubbe as Will Smith makes way for a courtesy runner. That is Josie Torres, who is coming to the game to run for Smith. Dalton Stubbe, 0 for 1 with an RBI. Left-hander versus right-hander. Over but low from Wagler. 1 ball, no strikes. A hit batter has Clarke thinking walk-off here in the bottom of the 7th. Wagler has other intentions on his mind. 1 out in the inning, and a throw to first, and Torres dives back safely. Stubbe looking over to his head coach, Lonnie Smith, who is over at third base. Now he comes in. Runner goes. The pitch is bunted. In the air as a foul ball. Is caught by Hill, and he gets doubled off at first. So a double play takes us to the 8th inning. Free baseball coming up in Osceola. 7 innings won't decide things. We're tied at 2 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
John at Collision Corner knows that when you get in an accident and need some work done on your vehicle, you want the process to go smooth and easy. That's why Collision Corner is your best choice. John is a preferred body shop, which means he can work directly with your insurance company. He will handle the claim from start to finish. Collision Corner knows you need your car back as soon as possible, and they will also pick it up and deliver it to you for free. When you have an accident, call John and his team at Collision Corner in Bloomfield, and don't forget to like them on Facebook.
Keith's Foods in Bloomfield has been serving the Bloomfield area since 1969 with quality cut steaks, ripe seasonal produce, scrumptious bakery cakes and sweets, fresh dairy products, and of course, tasty smoked meats. We also have available hunting licenses, stamps, money orders, and gift cards too. Open till 9 p.m. every day. We pride ourselves in providing small town service in a big way while keeping up with trends and latest items across the country. Yes, Keith's Foods is your hometown grocery store and so much more. Keith's Foods, where we always take your groceries out to your car. Proud supporter of the Davis County Mustangs.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
First extra inning game of the year will be commencing momentarily here in Osceola. Davis County, thanks to a pinch run homer by Isaac Kramer, his first at-bat of the season. Tied the game at 2. Wagler was able to keep the Indians off the board in the bottom of the 7th. And Noah Smolik, the cleanup hitter for Davis County, will stride in to look to do something about breaking this 2-2 deadlock. Great to have you with us. Now for extra inning action from here at Clarke High School. Els Kojo joined by Corey Finch, our producer. Henry's ready, and here's the first pitch to Smolik. Chop foul at the plate. Smolik, DeCry, Collier will be the 3 to face Henry. Henry got out of a bases loaded jam in the 6th inning, as that pitch is a fastball high for ball 1. With the bases loaded and 1 out with a run already in, he struck out Collier and then got Hill to fly out, and a heck of a play made by Winship in center. Fouled back, 1-2. But then the lead off the 7th, Kramer hit a homer off him. He was able to keep Davis County off the board for the rest of the inning, and now the 1-2 pitch coming to Smolik to lead off the 8th, and a strike 3 called. So Smolik is gone, and we'll go to Draven DeCry.
Second baseman, number 2, Draven DeCry.
DeCry is 0 for 2. He fouled out in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th, and he walked in the 6th. Base is empty, 1 out. DeCry swings and misses. DeCry definitely had intentions of breaking the tie with that swing there. And now the 0-1. Fastball stays high, and DeCry lays off to even the count at 1-1. And now the next one to DeCry is cut on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Mustangs' second baseman. The 1-2 is taken low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Henry with the wind, and the next one to DeCry. And he lays off on that pitch outside. And now the count is full. DeCry walked his last time up. Mustangs can use a walk here to put the winning run on base. The go-ahead run on base, I should say. DeCry swings and grounds it up the middle. It's gobbled up by Deutsch, and he is safe at first. DeCry hustles out an infield single. And now Clay Collier will bat.
Left fielder, number 11, Clay Collier.
Collier's had a tough go of it at the plate thus far, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. DeCry has good speed. He's at first as the go-ahead run. One out here in the top of the 8th. Henry takes a glance at first. The runner goes, pitches inside for a ball. The throw to the second is not in time, and DeCry has himself a stolen base. Count now is 1-0 to Collier as he looks to drive into DeCry from second base. And now the pitch to Collier. That's lined foul to the third base side. One and one to count to Collier. And here's the next one from Henry. He squares the bunt. It's a pop-up that drops foul on the first base side. One ball, 2 strikes on Collier. Timeout called by Lonnie Smith, the head coach. With the count 1 and 2, I think we may have ourselves a pitching change. Saw Stubbe duck into the dugout, so maybe we're thinking that Stubbe will be the next pitcher. So we'll see what Lonnie Smith decides. There's a runner at second with 1 out. And the count is 1 and 2 to Collier. Assistant head coach Joel Bruce is also over there on the first base side as he's listening to Lonnie Smith talking to the home plate umpire. Two runs on 2 hits, no errors for, actually 1 error for Davis County. 2 runs and actually make that 3 hits for Davis County now, and 2 runs on a hit and no errors for Clarke. I have no idea what's going on here and what the delay is for. Looks like Henry's going to stay in the game. Now Henry gets waved over to, actually no, the home plate, the field umpire goes over to the home plate umpire. I have no idea what this delay is about. It's kind of put this game to a grinding halt. Clarke led 2-0 with a run in the second, a run in the third. Davis County finally broke through. They got their first hit of the game in the 6th. It was Slayton, who scored on a wild pitch. And then they tied the game in the 7th, courtesy of Isaac Kramer and his solo shot to lead off the top of the 7th. And that's where we stand at 2-2. And now head coach Todd White is out talking to the home plate umpire. So Davis County, they'll have a day off tomorrow, and then they'll head over to Albia on Friday for a doubleheader. And then next Monday, they'll be in Clarke. Actually, no, they'll host Clarke for 2 games against them. All right, so Morrison now is at first. Torres has come in, and he is now in right field. So we'll write that in. Morrison at first. Torres in right. So I'm assuming Stubby's out of the game then? This is probably the most complicated change we've had here during the season. Just out of curiosity, since it's taken a while to unpack all the changes that's going on with the Clarke Indians.
Hey, what inning is it?
Top of the 8th. I'm sorry, bottom of the 8th. Game time temperature now is 6 to 1. I'm sorry, it's 61 degrees. So I think we have it. Torres is in right. Morrison is at first. I think they're trying to figure out where Torres bats and where Morrison bats. And I think we'll just have to figure out when they come up. By the way, the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Clay Collier with runner at first. So this is like the ultimate freeze for Collier. The 1-2 pitch is looked at low by Collier. I think with that long of a delay, the temptation by the batter is just to swing at the first pitch, thinking that it'll be a strike, but good job by Collier taking ball 2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Popped up, foul behind us out of play. So here in the top of the 8th, with the runner at second and 1 out, Davis County looking to break the 2-2 tie. DeCry takes his lead from second. Another 2-2 pitch coming to Collier. He gets it into play as it's in the shallow center field. It drops for a base hit. It gets past Winship, but backing up the play is Hagan, the left fielder, and so DeCry is only able to get to third base. Good backup by Hagan out and left, not assuming anything. A bloop single for Collier, and the inning continues for Caden Hill. And if Hill went to the local police to tell them that there's been a robbery here at the high school, he might have himself a case, as Peyton Winship, the center fielder, straight up stole a hit away from him. Runner goes from second. The pitch is taken for a strike. And taking second on the play is Collier. So now runners at second and third with 1 out in the inning. Interesting enough, Hill squared around a bunt in that first pitch, which he took for a strike. And now the 0-1. That gets away from the catcher Smith. Coming home, Mr. Cry, and he scores! A wild pitch puts Davis County out in front 3-2. Collier takes third on the play. Two and 1 to count to make that 1-1 to count to Hill. And now a sacrifice fly can score another run. Runner goes. It's a squeeze play. They get the bunt down, and the run scores. The throw is not in time. Hill is safe at first. Collier scores the 4th Davis County run to make it 4-2. The first Clarke run was scored on a suicide squeeze. And now another squeeze done by, wow, that was a warm-up swing that almost caught the umpire, it looked like. So Caden Hill got the bunt down, got the first. We'll give him a hit on that and an RBI. And it looks like that's Hunter Bell over at first.
Up next, first baseman, number 21, Logan Hale.
So now Logan Hale's the batter. He gave way to Isaac Kramer at the top of the 7th, and what a move by head coach Todd White. As Kramer tied the game with a solo shot. in the top of the 7th. Davis County has rode that momentum, and now they lead by 2. First pitch is swung on and missed by Hale for strike 1. Four to 2 Davis County as we are in extra innings. Top of the 8th. Runner goes, pitch is fouled away. I said Hunter Bell was the courtesy runner. I beg your pardon. It's Caden Glosser who is the courtesy runner. I think we're almost out of baseballs as home plate umpire has to go retrieve one from the dugout. Plus, I think they have to send some runners out to the parking lot. I'm sure there's some foul balls out there. One of the JV Davis County players actually went behind the fence to grab the homer hit by Kramer in the last inning. Throw to first, and Glosser dives back safely. 2 runs in for Davis County. They now lead at 4-2. It's their first lead of the night. Henry looks and comes home with the next one to Hale, and it's fouled at the plate. It's foul tipped into the glove of Smith, but he couldn't hold it. Smith is saying that the bat hit the glove of Smith, that Hale's bat hit his glove. If that's the case, that's catcher interference. If Hale's bat hit Smith's glove, that's catcher interference, and Hale gets first. Nope, they call foul ball. So it's a foul ball. And the count remains 1-2 to Hale. And next one to Hale is slapped into left field for a base hit. Glosser was running on the play. Deutsch was covering first, and the shortstop left his spot vacant, and that's where Hale grounded the baseball through. Runners at first and second. Still only 1 out, and Girl Norman comes up to bat. First pitch is in the dirt. Glosser will take third on the play, and Hale alertly takes second. Another wild pitch uncorked by Henry. And now Norman can make this a comfortable Davis County margin with a hit here. Clarke took a 2-0 lead, so 4 unanswered runs by Davis County, and Mustang fans are hoping they're not done yet. He squares her on the bunt. He jumps out of the way on a wild pitch, and Glosser scores. Glosser comes home with the 5th Davis County run. Hale takes third on the play to make it 5-2. A pair of wild pitches have given Davis County a free run.
Up next, center field, number 15, Garl Norman.
Here's the 1-0 to Norman. He takes that into play. That's another wild pitch. Hale comes home. He will score. 6-2, Davis County. And Taylor Henry has really lost his control. Here in the top of the 8th, 4 runs in for Davis County. Out comes Lonnie Smith, the head coach of Clarke. And we may have ourselves a new pitcher. Davis County 6, Clarke 2. And what a rally by the Mustangs. And it looks like we will have a new pitcher. I think it's going to be Will Smith as he's taken off his catcher's gear. Oh, never mind. He was just readjusting his gear. Sorry about the false alarm. Base is empty, 1 out. 4 runs in for the Mustangs here in the top of the 6th. Make that top of the 8th. By the way, the count is 2-0 to Norman. The pitch. Fouled away. And the next one coming to Norman. Ball outside. And the count, I believe, is 3-1. Next pitch is taken for ball. Oh, I thought that was ball 4, but I guess it's ball 3. Two and 1. That can't be right. Umpire says 2-1. There are 2 wild pitches while Norman was at the plate. It can't be 2-1. I think the umpires lost the count of balls and strikes. I'm pretty sure Norman walked, but he takes ball 4 there. Oh, no, never mind. It's ball 3. I'm almost certain the count is 5-1 now. And finally, Norman walks. And sarcastic applause rises from the Davis County fans.
Up next, right fielder number 12, Owen Bennett.
I think it's the first time I've ever seen a 6-ball walk. Back to the top of the order, and Owen Bennett. Looking for his first hit of the night. He is so far 0 for 3 with a walk. A runner at first with 1 out. Noah Smolek struck out looking the first time up. And then DeCry singled. Collier singled. Hill singled to drive into Cry. And now the pitch is taken for a ball. High and outside by Bennett. Actually, Hill laid down a bunt to score to Cry from third, and he was safe at first. Hale hit a single to load the bases, and now a strike is called on Bennett. Hill scored on a wild pitch, as did Hale. So 3 wild pitches, as that's a low ball. 3 of the 4 Davis County runs in this inning have scored via the wild pitch. Runner goes. It's slapped to the right side. Kindred gobbles it up and throws out Bennett at first for the second out. So now Trevor Slayton can look to knock in the next Davis County run. Slayton so far is 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. The pitch is a strike. Beg your pardon, Slayton's 1 for 4 with a single and a run scored. Thorpe waits on deck if Slayton can extend the inning. Runner at second, 2 outs, 4 runs already in for the Mustangs. And the pitch by Henry. Hit on the ground, right back to Henry at the mound, and he'll throw to first for the out, and that is that. But a big inning for Davis County, scoring 4 runs, and as we head to the bottom of the 8th, it's Davis County 6, Clarke 2 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Take summer by storm on a new Polaris. Right now, the world's best-selling off-road lineup is priced to move. Get more done with a hardworking Ranger. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or live wide open in a high-performance RZR. Rebates up to $2,000 are available now during the Polaris Summer Sales Event.
Slayton Polaris. Stop in and see Tim or Dean today for a great deal on a new Polaris.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Davis County with a 6-2 lead here in the bottom of the 8th. A pinch hit homer by Isaac Kramer tied the game at 2, and now, thanks to 4 runs at the top of the 8th, Davis County can close it out and get a key South Central Conference win. The left fielder Taylor Henry will be up. 0 for 2 so far on the day.
Brenda, if I can do it, you can do it.
Wagler back on the mound looking for the complete game, and his first pitch is a fastball outside to Henry. Henry was on the mound during that pivotal 8th inning as a ball got away from somebody. Got away from Wagler, and DeCry went to go retrieve it. 3 of the 4 Davis County runs in the top of the 8th score via the wild pitch. The 1-0 is a fastball high, 2-0. Henry has not had a hit yet this season. Came into the game 0 for 15, now 0 for 17 on the year. The 2-0 has a strike right down Easy Street. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 1 and the 2-ball, 1 strike pitch, and a strike on the outside corner. Henry can't believe the call, but we're even at 2. And the next one from Wagler. Over but low, and the count is full. Unofficially, I have Wagler 80 pitches. And Henry swings and misses for the 9th strikeout of the night for Wagler.
Up next, center
Base is empty, 1 out. Back to the top of the order, and Peyton Winship. It seemed to happen an eternity ago, but back in the 6th inning when Davis County was threatening to tie the game, the bases were loaded, 2 were out. Caden Hill was at the plate. He had a line shot in the center field that you would be forgiven if you thought that was going to drop for a base hit and give Davis County the lead. Instead, Winship squared around. He squared around the bunt and he fouled that one away, but Winship made an amazing diving catch in center field to keep the score at 2-1. But Davis County has since tied it and now taken the lead. Here's the 0-1 from Wagler. I guess that was inside. Ball 1. Timeout called at the plate. And I think that's going to do it for Caleb Wagler. So, a round of applause for the junior left-hander, and well-deserved. 82 pitches for him. And he will make way for a new Mustang pitcher. We'll take a break and come back and tell you about the new Mustang pitcher when we return to here in Osceola on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers, call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Kendall with Citizens Mutual. It's a busy time of the year, so we want you to save as much time as possible. Whether you need internet, TV, or phone service, we can handle all of them for you. We also have a great selection of TVs ranging from 32 to 65 inch, as well as appliances. Stop in today, and remember, Citizens Mutual is owned and operated by its customers. So when you walk in the door, we don't just treat you like a customer, we treat you like you're the boss, because you are. We're looking forward to seeing you at Citizens Mutual, just off the square in Bloomfield.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Kate Thorpe is the new pitcher for Davis County. Bases empty with one out already in the inning. The count is 1-1 to Peyton Winship. So just a straight up change for the pitcher. Thorpe is now the pitcher for Wagler. And now the 1-1 pitch to Winship is chopped up the middle and into center field for a base hit. So Winship gets aboard. And now Zethan May is the batter.
Up next, second baseman, number 1, Zethan May.
May is 0 for 3 with a run scored. He reached on an error and scored in the third. First pitch of the fastball high, snapped over the first, but back safely is Winship, just barely ahead of the tag of Hale. Winship also has a stolen base. Runner goes, pitch is fouled away. Interesting, sending the runner with 1 out and down by 4. But Clarke stays aggressive, and now the count is even at 1-1 to Winship. Beg your pardon, Zethan May is the batter. Winship is on base. Thorpe comes set, now throws to first, and Winship dives back safely. That single by Winship was the second hit for Clarke in the game. That pitch is low. And so now the count is 0 and make that 1-1. Runner goes, fouled at the plate. Two balls and 2 strikes to Zethan May. A runner at first with 1 out. Davis County looking to finish this game off and what would be a very thrilling come from behind win against Clarke. The pitch, swing and a miss. It drops in front of Hale. The throw to first is in time for the out. Zethan May strikes out. 2 outs now in the inning.
Next, shortstop.
Winship took
4,
second
Connor Deutsch.
on the play. And now Connor Deutsch represents the last chance for Clarke. Thorpe's first pitch is swung on and missed. This is Thorpe's first pitching appearance of the season. And he needs 1 more out to snap the 4-game Davis County losing streak. The 0-1, and Deutsch looks at ball 1. And here's the next one to Deutsch. Swing and a miss. And Thorpe is a strike away from securing this Mustang victory. Runner at second, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. And now the 1-2 from Thorpe, fouled away. Plenty of heroes in this game if Davis County can finish off this win. That'll make for a tough pick for a player of the game. Another 1-2. He struck him out. And the Stangs win. The Stangs win. The Mustangs win it by the final score of 6-2 in 8 innings. It didn't look good for Davis County over the first 4, make that 5 innings, but the Mustang bats come alive, and they take a 6-2 win here in Osceola. We'll take a break and come back to tell you all about this one on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Are you installing a new septic system? The man to call is Jody at Geotech Sand and Stone. They have state-certified septic sand, as well as top-quality black dirt, fill sand, and washed gravel for landscaping. They also have large rocks to add to your landscaping. Geotech Sand and Stone has very competitive prices. Stop out and get a load, or have one of their contractors haul it for you. Call Jody today for more information at 799-1235. That's 799-1235. Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road. Attention Southern Iowa, do you need a better night's sleep? Maybe it's time to get a new mattress. Dixon's Mattress Outlet in Bloomfield has the most competitive prices on new mattresses in all different sizes. Darren sells camper mattresses, commercial bedding, rollaways, special order sizes, bed frames, and mattress protectors. Call Darren today and he'll meet you at the warehouse. Dixon's Mattress Outlet, 641-664-3060. That's 664-3060.
This is Milo Wells, your pharmacist at Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. When you need prescriptions, stop in and see me. If you aren't a current customer, we will help you fill out a new patient form, which takes less than 5 minutes. We have a lot of over-the-counter items and have vaccines. We are here 6 days a week and offer free delivery in Bloomfield and surrounding areas. I pride myself on professionalism and small-town customer service, and our pharmacy reflects those values. Stop in and see us at Wells Hometown Drug next to CarQuest in Bloomfield.
This is Sherry Lawson. Hey, all you Davis County Mustang fans, the agents at Northside Insurance are just like you. We support the Mustangs too. We are proud to live in Bloomfield where we help families like yours with auto, home, business, farm, life, and retirement. Get the professional coaching you need to win at life. Give us a call at Northside Insurance in Bloomfield and Centerville today at 664-2362. Go Mustangs! Nationwide is on your side. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio.
Go Mustangs!
Take summer by storm on a new Polaris. Right now, the world's best-selling off-road lineup is priced to move. Get more done with a hardworking Ranger. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or live wide open in a high-performance RZR. Rebates up to $2,000 are available now during the Polaris Summer Sales Event.
Slayton Polaris. Stop in and see Tim or Dean today for a great deal on a new Polaris.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Take summer by storm on a new Polaris.
Welcome back to Osceola. All over here at Clarke High School. Davis County comes from behind and they defeat the Clarke Indians by the final score of 6-2. In 8 innings. It did not start off well for Davis County as they fell behind 2-0 with a run in the second and then an unearned run in the third. Actually, both runs were unearned. But Caleb Wagler, after allowing those 2 unearned runs, really kept them off the board the rest of the way. And Davis County chipped away with a run in the 6th, thanks to Trevor Slayton scoring on a wild pitch. And that's really the way Davis County scored most of their runs. And then at the top of the 7th, leading off, Isaac Kramer, batting for Logan Hale, hit the second pitch he saw over the left field fence to tie the game at 2. That really seemed to give the Mustangs a lift after Wagler kept them off the board at the bottom of the 7th. Davis County pushed across 4 runs. Wagler gave way to Kate Thorpe, who finished off the game with the 2 last outs of the contest to make our final 6-2. Stat of the game, Davis County scored 5 make that 4 of their 6 runs via the wild pitch. So Clarke being a little bit looser to their control and Davis County taking advantage. 6 runs, 6 hits, 1 error with 8 men left for Davis County. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 4 men left for Clarke. Winning pitcher is Caleb Wagler. He went 7 1/3, allowing 2 runs, none earned, with 1 hit, no walks, and 9 strikeouts. Losing pitcher of the game is Taylor Henry. He drops to 0-1. Time of the game, 2 minutes. Time of the game, 2 hours, 20 minutes. And it was a day that got colder as the day went on. And I can barely feel my fingers here at the very end of this game. So we're gonna end it here. But this is the Northside Insurance post-game show. Quote to claim your friends at Northside Insurance take care of you. I said right before Davis County closed it out that you'd be hard-pressed to try to find a player of the game. And I was going to give it to Wagler, but we have to give it to Isaac Kramer. An amazing at-bat. Just one swing at a bat for Kramer, but it was a big one. He tied the score at 2 at the top of the 7th. It was his first at-bat of the season. And with that swing, he tied the score at 2 and gave Davis County an opportunity to win it in extra innings. So Isaac Kramer is our Neebs Graphics Player of the Game. Thanking them first for all your custom-made shirts, hats, banners, and much more. Stop in and see Kylie today on the south side of the Bloomfield Square. Once again, our final score, Davis County 6, Clarke 2 in 8 innings. Davis County with the win. They are now up at the 500 mark. They improved to 5-5, 3-3 in the South Central Conference as they snapped their 4-game losing streak. With the loss, Clarke drops to 3-9. 2-6 in conference, and now they have lost 5 of 6. We would like to thank you for making us a part of your Wednesday evening. We'll be back with you on Friday at Albia as the Davis County Mustangs will be locking horns with the Albia Blue Demons in a doubleheader, and we look forward to having you join us then. For our producer, Corey Finch, this is Ellis Kojo saying so long from Osceola. You've been watching Davis County Baseball on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.